Midnight's Trial at Glenridge Depot, Part 1. The prison gates groaned open, and a man stepped out into the daylight for the first time in a decade. 10 years stolen, 10 years swallowed by cold concrete walls and the suffocating weight of injustice. He had been convicted of a crime he did not commit, his pleas ignored, his innocence buried beneath a mountain of indifference. No solicitor had come to his aid. He had been too broke, too powerless. And so, in a small, suffocating cell, he had tormented himself in the darkness, waiting for the day the world would let him breathe again. But freedom was a cruel joke. Society had not forgiven him for a crime he never committed. Every job interview ended with a cold shake of the head. Every hopeful step was met with a door slammed shut. He was a man marked unwanted. One evening, he sat by a lake in the park, watching the ripples dance under the fading sun. His thoughts turned dark, tangled in the idea of an escape, an end. But fate has a peculiar way of intervening. A passing stranger tossed a newspaper into a nearby bin. On impulse, he rushed to retrieve it, his fingers smudging against the ink. He flipped through the pages without purpose, until his eyes caught something. A job listing. It was small, almost insignificant, a night guard for a warehouse on a lonely hill. Desperation propelled him forward. He found the manager's office, a decaying old building lost in a sea of dust and neglect. Inside, stacks of files surrounded a weary-looking man. When he asked for the job, the manager barely lifted his head. But when he finally did, his eyes bore into him like a vulture sizing up dying prey. "We don't need a guard," the manager said, firm, dismissive. He pleaded, his voice raw, laying bare his desperation. The manager hesitated, then, begrudgingly, agreed. But not without warning. "There are rules," the manager muttered. "You stay within the fences, no matter what you hear or see at night. You lock every door, every entrance, and you don't leave until sunrise." The next evening, he arrived at the warehouse just as the sky burned orange. The building stood like a forgotten relic, a husk of rust and decay, strangled by vines and perched beside a lake that mirrored the deepening dusk. A wooden chime dangled above the entrance, carved in the shape of a bird, swaying gently in the wind. Its presence was oddly unsettling. Brushing aside his unease, he pushed open the heavy gate. The creaking sound stretched into the silence, as if awakening something long asleep. A narrow corridor led him inside, the air thick with dust and the scent of damp wood. With a flick of the generator, dim light flickered to life, barely piercing the darkness. Shadows stretched across rusted machinery and forgotten coal sacks, everything coated in years of neglect. Then, a sound, something heavy crashing above. His pulse quickened. He turned toward the iron staircase, the old steps leading to the upper floor. He hesitated. Lifting his flashlight, he aimed the beam upward. The light trembled against the ceiling. Nothing. A chill swept through the air, weighing down his shoulders as his body grew weak. Please like and subscribe to the channel.